contradiction in pride as 25 rainbow flag waving companies donate millions to anti-gay politicians. An investigation by the website Popular Information shows that 25 corporations have donated more than $13.2 million to anti-LGBTQ plus politicians just since the start of last year. Surprisingly, 15 of the 25 corporations received perfect scores of 100 on HRC's Corporate Equality Index. HRC's method for scoring businesses does not judge political donations, which allows for companies to portray themselves as pro-LGBTQ+ while donating to anti-LGBTQ+ causes. Joni Madison, interim president of the HRC, seems to be getting fed up, saying, quote, "Today is the first day of Pride. How will you be showing up this year? Because putting out new Pride merch and throwing coupons from a float is just not going to cut it. Touting your CEI score while donating them to politicians who call us pedophiles is just not going to cut it. We need corporations to get off the sidelines and actually pick a side. We need every single person who cares about this, where this nation is headed, to get off the sidelines and actually pick a side. Our side," end quote. Some of the biggest offenders include AT&T, Verizon, General Motors, CVS, Target, and Google. You know, one thing that I always get nervous about these stories, because yes, they should not be donating millions of dollars to people who don't support us, but it doesn't say how much AT&T at all gave to pro-LGBT groups or pro-LGBT candidates. And also, like if AT&T donates $1.3 million in an election cycle, that's really a drop in the bucket. That doesn't that doesn't buy you advertising in a swing congressional district. And what I would like to know is, what do they do once they get their foot in the door? Are they advocating for us inside there? Are they saying, no, tone this down? I just don't feel there's enough numbers here for me to really condemn AT&T, much less change my phone plan.
Do you care? Does it matter if it's $10,000 or $1 million that AT&T is doing? If they're giving if they're giving 1 cent to anti-LGBTQ plus, that's 1 cent too many that they're
I think we have a real live in time answer to that question, to your question, and that is the Walt Disney World Company. Disney was contributing to politicians in Florida that were anti-LGBT. The CEO or the president of Disney stuck his foot in his mouth, and they said, "Oop, we're stopping. No more contributions at all." And we hope that that will continue, but currently that is their policy. Their answer to your question was, nope, we just won't contribute because we don't even want to represent that we're supporting it.
But initially they said we won't give either side.
Yeah.
That wasn't the right thing to say either.
That's
you
right.
know, and you look at the list of these companies, Al, CVS, we all get our prescriptions there. Target, Toyota, my car is a Toyota outside. Like all these, Amazon's on that list. Amazon, Al.
Well, and it's worth mentioning too that AT&T has Lena Waithe, the award-winning lesbian actress and writer, is their spokesperson on their commercials.
Yeah.
So there's a queer person doing the spokesperson for
I think it's really important that the LGBTQ community not froth at the mouth over the view of pandering in Pride Month. We talk about this. We will talk about it probably in every broadcast this month. But I'll give you an example. Google has contributed a substantial amount of money to these candidates. And at first glance, to your point, you would go, ugh, that's terrible. I read an article just this morning in a very conservative Christian website that is railing against Google. And the reason they're railing against Google is you cannot go onto the Google homepage any day this month without a representation of a salute to Pride. And their point of view was, please stop reminding us it's Pride Month, and Google won't stop reminding them it's Pride Month. So they're contributing, that's to John's point. The other thing that I have to say, and gosh, this is not going to be popular, but we have our own criticism here. And our own criticism is the HRC and GLAAD. They should be, I'm sorry, it's not an acceptable answer to say we don't monitor that. If you're going to give 100% CEI rating, your 100% rating should be all facets. And however you're going to decide, this counts off then you need to be doing that, because if somebody is going to be contributing to Ted Cruz and the crazies out there, that should count against the corporate standard of your rating, because you're our watchdog. And you have no problem at all coming into all of our LGBTQ communities and asking for money every single day. What's the difference in your business and Google, frankly? LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the